So in Florida, a divorce can take as short as a month if it's completely uncontested, or as long as 3 years if it's all issues are on the table. And what I mean by that is if somebody comes in and they have an agreement amongst the parties, we just need to draft it, you're looking at a month to 2 months, depending on how court availability is. If it's every issue from a house, children, child custody, time sharing, alimony, you're looking at potentially a year or two, also depending on court availability. So right now, I currently have a case that's been going on for at least 3 years, and that's typical because every issue is on the table for that particular case. I usually break a Florida divorce into 4 different steps. So the first step is always the initial filing. And when we file a case, what we do is we sit down with the client, we're talking to them about their specific issues, we're figuring out what the client wants, and then after we meet with them, we draft a petition that basically outlines all of their wishes in their divorce case. Once we file the petition, the respondent has 20 days to respond, and then typically we're moving into what I call the second phase of the divorce, which is the discovery phase. And that's where you are exchanging all financial documents, bank statements, tax returns, basically your entire financial life, so that we can determine what is actually at issue in your divorce. And then the third step is the mediation. So in Florida, all cases before they go to trial have to go to mediation so that you guys can try to come into a essentially amicable resolution. I would say about 95% of cases settle at the mediation phase because at the end of the day, you don't want a judge telling you what to do with your life. You're wanting to make your own decisions. So if you can't settle at mediation, then you're going into a trial with a judge, with evidence, with your discovery documents, with testimony to try to prove whatever your allegations in your petition are. So those are the 4 major steps. There are little ones that can happen in between. If you need temporary relief, if you need temporary alimony, temporary attorney's fees, those are requests that we can make at any stage of the divorce process. So in a divorce case, typically the documents we need are going to depend on the specific case and the facts. If it's purely a financial case, you're looking at statements, bank statements, credit card statements, tax returns. If there's a business involved, typically you have to interplead the business. So you have to get business returns, business statements. If it's totally just time sharing and child custody, you're looking at any kind of evidence you want to use in court regarding any substance misuse issues, any kind of parenting responsibilities. So there's a wide range of documents and evidence we need to gather before going to court and during the divorce process. It truly is case specific. So mediation in Florida for a divorce is required. There's really no way to get around it. And typically what it does is it allows you the opportunity to sit down with a neutral third-party mediator whose entire job is try to come up with a settlement for you guys and to also convey offers back and forth between yourself and your attorney and the opposing party and the attorney. And so when you're going through the mediation process, if you guys reach an agreement, that's basically the end of your case. The next step is a brief 5-minute hearing where you guys get the judgment entered by the court. But if you reach an agreement at mediation, you're essentially that's the end of your case. You don't have to go to trial. You don't have to see a judge necessarily for a full contested hearing. It makes the process a lot quicker if you guys can settle at a divorce, at mediation. If you have any questions regarding a divorce, we do offer free consultations. Please feel free to contact us at cooperandcooperpa.com to discuss your specific issues going on in your case and in your life for your divorce.